In today's session, we are exploring a significant milestone in the evolution of Autodesk AI, the Revit 2027 MCP server. For those unfamiliar with the terminology, MCP is an open-source, standardized protocol developed to create a secure, bidirectional bridge between large language models (LLMs) and local data sources. By acting as a universal adapter, the MCP server allows an AI to browse project files, query database schemes, and interact with APIs in real time, all while maintaining strict user-defined permissions. This moves us beyond simply chatting with a PDF and into the realm of live programmatic interrogation of a BIM model. The Revit MCP server is a specialized extension developed by Autodesk, launched exclusively with Autodesk Revit 2027. It is important to note that this is not backwards compatible with earlier versions of Revit. For users operating on older builds, third-party solutions like Quantitative remain the primary alternative. Furthermore, Autodesk has categorized this release as a tech preview. While it demonstrates immense potential, it is currently intended for exploration and feedback rather than production-critical environments. We anticipate iterative updates as the protocol matures. To get the extension, log into your Autodesk account and navigate to the Products and Services tab. Search for Revit 2027, select the Extensions tab, and locate the Autodesk Revit Public MCP server. Alternatively, you can find it under Product Updates by searching for MCP. Once installed, launch a Revit project. Navigate to the Manage tab and select Add-ins Manager within the Extensions panel. Confirm that Autodesk Revit Public MCP server is listed and active. To utilize the server, we require an MCP-compatible client. For this purpose, I recommend using Entropic's Claude Desktop. Navigate to the URL linked in the description below and download the desktop version of Claude. Install the Claude Desktop application. Once installed, open Claude alongside Revit. If you do not already have a Claude account, create one and complete the setup process. Using Google Sign-ins is a convenient option. We must manually point the Claude client to the Revit server. In Claude, navigate to Settings, Developer, and select Edit Config. This opens the Claude Desktop config.json file. Right-click the file and open it with a text editor of your choice. I'll be using VS Code for this demonstration. You'll see the default configuration in the file. To make it functional, we need to insert the configuration provided by Autodesk. Navigate to the referenced URL, and under the section titled Revit Public MCP Server Tech Preview, scroll down to locate the configuration snippet. Copy the code, making sure to exclude the opening and closing braces. Then paste it into the previously opened JSON file immediately after the first curly brace. Finally, add a comma at the end of the pasted section to ensure proper formatting. When pasting the directory path, ensure you use double backslashes. In JSON and many programming languages, a single backslash is an escape character. Doubling it ensures the file path is read correctly by the system. Set the default configurations to true and save the file. Next, close both Revit and Claude. Keep in mind that Claude may continue running in the background, so be sure to fully terminate the application by ending the task after closing it. Restart both Revit and Claude. With the connection established, the Add Connectors icon in Claude should now display as connectors, showing a live link to the Revit model. According to the Autodesk website, the connector is labeled Revit MCP Technical Preview. However, in my case, it appears simply as Revit within Claude. I'm not sure whether this is a minor inconsistency or a broader issue. Feel free to share in the comments if you are setting the same naming on your end. Additionally, while the website indicates the Claude Desktop should be configured automatically, I found that manual setup was required in this instance. Now let's analyze its performance across 5 distinct categories. I began with a foundational task: query the model for the total number of windows. The MCP server goes through several series of processes from loading tools, getting Revit instances, and querying the model. The MCP server successfully navigated the Revit database, identified the instances, and accounted for multiple design options. The results were cross-referenced against manual schedules and found to be 100% accurate. Next, I tested its spatial awareness. Count the windows on the west facade. I want this to be a little bit tricky. The AI should accurately identify the west side of the building for this analysis. The server utilized bounding box data and orientation parameters to filter the 23 windows. It correctly identified 7 windows on the west elevation. This demonstrates that the AI can interpret geometric relationships, not just text-based parameters. I challenged the AI to calculate window-to-wall ratio (WWR) for the west facade. This required the AI to aggregate the area of all openings and divide it by cross-wall area. In this instance, the server made two mistakes. It failed to include door family in the openings count and struggled with the area calculations, resulting in the incorrect cross area of the wall, leading to the incorrect window-to-wall ratio calculation. This highlights the current limitation in the tech preview. While data retrieval is excellent, complex multi-stage mathematical synthesis still requires human oversight. Beyond simple counts, I wanted to see if the MCP server could handle structured data extraction. I prompted it to generate a window schedule featuring family name, width, height, and level. The result was a highly accurate flow of information. The server successfully queried the active design option and formatted a clean, structured list. This confirms that the MCP server is an excellent tool for rapid model auditing, allowing you to pull specific parameter data without manually creating new schedule views within the Revit interface. Perhaps the most groundbreaking feature tested is the server's ability to perform advanced data visualization. I prompted the MCP to generate a comprehensive dashboard of all Revit elements, categorized by category, family and type name, and count. Because this prompt required the server to extract the metadata of every element in the project and show the front-end skill to visualize them, it was the most computationally intensive task. It took approximately 5 minutes to analyze the database and generate a dashboard. Unlike a standard query, the AI didn't return text. It returned a React file, a complete block of front-end code. By leveraging React, a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, the MCP server transformed raw BIM data into a functional web application. The resulting dashboard included a project title and a live count of project elements displayed at the top of the interface, clickable buttons for different Revit categories that update the view in real time, a built-in search box, sorting logic to find specific instances, and display type logic to visualize the data into different formats within seconds. This capability effectively turns the AI into a software developer. Instead of looking at a static 2D schedule, the MCP server allows you to create bespoke, interactive project health dashboards. This is a glimpse into a future where BIM managers don't just manage models, they use AI to build custom tools that visualize data anomalies and project progress in ways Revit's native interface cannot. The Revit 2027 MCP server represents a paradigm shift in how we interact with BIM data. Despite being in a tech preview phase, its ability to perform spatial analysis and generate custom visualization tools is remarkable. As we move forward a more agentic workflow in AEC, tools like these will become indispensable for automated auditing and data mining. I'm curious to hear your perspective. How do you see MCP changing your firm's internal workflows? Are you planning to implement this for automated QA/QC? Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep building smarter, designing better.